Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Clinic Management System Tutorials. Today is our lecture number 22, and in today's lecture I am continuing my previous task, that is the payment window and the prescription report. In the previous lecture, because of the token report, we have so much time spent on the token report only. Okay, so I have to do this now in another lecture. So let's start and have a look on the payments window, and I have done some changes. I will also let you know in this particular lecture. So let me show you. Let's start. Alright guys, so let me show you what changes I have done. You have noticed in the previous lecture that I have demonstrated, I have displayed the report based on the record saving. Let's say if you wish to see your turn number, or if you wish to reprint your turn number invoice or token number again, so you can simply double click on your record, and then you can see a report. That window will be pop up again, and you can load the crystal report again as it was displayed before. So you can see here the details are now displaying appropriately. Now the thing is, you have to adjust the report. We will see that later on, but here you can see I have added a button. That's my button, and when I click on the button, the report will be printed. The pop-up print-up pop-up will be displayed. So how I did on the double click, let me show you first, and then we'll go to the payments window. So stop it and then go to the patient registration.cs, and look, I have raised the grid view double click event, and I have created a static variable with the name grid click and initialized it with 0 to differentiate that I am coming from the patient window after saving the new record, or I am coming from this cell double click to this report. Okay, so what I have done, when you double click on your grid, the grid click will become 1, and then I have picked up the rows. The current row that you will click on, that row will be picked up, and from that row I have picked up the appointment GV date, and from date I have converted that, from this I have converted into date, and then I have picked up the day and stored inside D. What is D? I have created these variables at the top. You can see I have created these static variables: day, month, year, hours and minutes. Why I have done this? Because to load the report. So I have passed the date, day, month and year in these variables respectively, and when you double click on your grid, so you have to pass your hours and minutes, so that appropriate record will be fetched up based on the double click, and then you have opened your report window, that is this one, and then it will display it. Now when this report will open, what I have done here, I have created a if else condition, that if grid click is equals to 1, then use these parameters and use this stored procedure. I will let you know what is this stored procedure. Otherwise, if the grid click is equals to 0 or other than 1, then you can use the traditional task that we have done in the previous lecture. I hope it is clear to everyone. So that's the change that I have done now. And one more thing that you have to do, you have to go to the database and see I have created this stored procedure. Okay, so you can also do this by your own. Okay, let me zoom in. This is the stored procedure that I have created for the double click event and to load the report accordingly. Now let's go and open the report file and bin debug reports and token report. Okay, here you can see, is the report appropriately coming or not. Look, the size of the page is reduced automatically. So what you can do, you can select all this, okay, and then reduce its size from this to this and this time, okay, this much, and then save it, and then now start. That was the problem that was displayed. So patients, and now view, and let's say I wanted to print the token number of Zubeda, let's say on this particular date and time, and the minutes and the hours. So you can see now the results are now appropriate. Still one thing is missing, that is the you can see the marketing part. So you can increase the length of the report, or you can put it its size little bit smaller, and then you can make it 7, okay, and then put it fit section, and then see whether the report is appearing or not. So day is 1st, and then month is 6, and then year is 2019, and then you can see the database report directly from here. Now it's fine. it's displaying here. Now let's see the final check, and then login, and then patients, and then view, and then double click any patient and see what is the result. Now it's fine. Okay, so your report is perfectly summed up here in front of you. Now you have to go to the payments window. So I have already created a payments window. Here what will happen when the doctor will successfully check up the patient, the status will update. I have demonstrated there, and then those patients who are checked up then come out at the reception, and then when you come on this window, look, I have added a date time picker, and then I have added a load button. So when I click on the load button, you can see the patients that are consulted by the doctor are now displaying here on this date. Okay, so you can select with respect to date, and you can also use the search feature here as well. So let me show you what I have done on this load button. So let's go and see the payment window. I hope you can create the payment window by yourself, because it's easy. I have used this inheritance. I have inherited sample 2 just like other windows that I have created. So close this everything, and then crude is the close this, close everything, and open the payments window. So that's my payments window I have created. And now double click on the load, and you can see I have simply called a function that is load checked patient, and here the rest of the code remains the same. What I have done, I wanted to load the record in the grid view, so that's why I have used this similar previous procedure that I've used in the previous windows also. So that's list box, and then the column numbers, the columns of the grid view are added inside the list box, and then I have created a hash table so that I can pass the parameters. So what are the parameters? Day, month and year, and the status. So all those patients will be picked up whose status is 1, that means consulted. Okay, so that's the trick that I have done. I have used here, and then I have used this. I have created this stored procedure. So get patient appointment registration 2. So let me show you. Get patient appointment registration. I have copied this stored procedure from this stored procedure. Okay, get patient appointment registration. So same, but the thing that is different is I have added some parameters here. Let me show you. Right, so this is the procedure. This procedure is same as this procedure. In fact, I have just add this where clause and the date, month and year clauses, so that based on that day the checked up patients should come in the grid view, and these are my parameters, and the rest of the query remains the same. If you can notice, this is the same code of the get patient appointments. Okay, but the status here is 1 that I will pass. So now after when the patient come to the reception and then ask for the prescription and all that, so now the receptionist can finalize the checkup here. So how can you do that? Let's say print btn gv, and here the column name is print, and then the button should be the column type, and click add, and now it should be in the last. Okay, and now here you can add the text as action, use column text. Okay, and now what else you can do here? That's it, and click OK. So now you have the print button. What will happen when you click on the print button, or you can finalize, a report should open. Okay, so let us first see what is the result of this button. Okay, so login, and then let's go to the payments, and here you can, when you click here when you click here at this button, okay, the print button is there, but the problem is the result is reversed and the print button is not at the appropriate place. So double click and come here, and you can write here data grid view 1 dot auto generate columns equals to false. And then one more thing that you can do, you can change the print button, that is this one, and you can come here and you can write here print, and you can write here action. That was the mistake that I've done. Now click OK and then save. And one more thing that you can see here is what is the column number of this action. So 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, so it's on 12th position. Okay, so remember it, we'll use it. So let's see what is the result now. Okay, so it should be loaded now. Login and then payments and then view, sorry, not view, these buttons are not required as such here. Okay, so you can disable these buttons, no problem. So load, now you can see, let's say the patient came here and the patient show you your turn number, let's say, and then you can simply double click on this print, and then the invoice of that patient should display. So for that purpose, let us do the task and let us create a new query here. So select from patient appointment, let's say the first table PA, and then left join patient diseases. First of all, I am selecting the patient disease PD on patient appointment dot appointment ID is equals to PD dot patient appointment ID, and then same is the case, you have again using left join, and then patient prescription PP and on PA dot appointment ID is equals to PP dot appointment ID, and I'm using this table again. Okay, because you have the medicines. Okay, we'll see that later, but before this, let me finish this query. So left join, and now you have patient symptoms, and then PS on PA dot ID is equals to PS dot appointment ID, then left join, and let me zoom it, and now you have patient tests PT on PA dot ID is equals to PT dot ID patient test ID, sorry, appointment ID, and then I'm joining with every table. So patient test, then patient checkup, and here you can write PCU on PCU, sorry, PA dot appointment ID is equals to PCU dot appointment ID, and now you have to select the columns. That is, one more thing that you have to do is to join the patient, inner join patient registration PR on PR dot ID is equals to PA dot patient ID, and now you can select the PR dot name as patient name, or you can write simple patient, and then you specify PR dot age as age. Okay, and then you are selecting the patient appointment details. So date as, you can specify date, appointment date, and then you can write here format, and then PA, then comma, and then you can specify DD dash MMM dash YYYY, and then HH colon MM, and then you have to save this query first so that it cannot be lost. So INV, I am giving here name INV, and then let's come here and let's do PA dot, what else you have, the status. Yes, the status should be there, and the status should be displayed at this point. After status, we have the PA dot, what else you need to display here is the doctor ID, so you have to add the doctor also. So you have to write here inner join, and then select users, and then U on U dot user ID is equals to PA dot doctor ID, and then come at the top and specify your doctor, that is PA, sorry, U dot name as U dot, sorry, u dot, and you have the name as the doctor name, and then after specifying the doctor, you have the next thing, that is what can you do, what else you can do here, that is now pd dot diseases. So patient disease. Okay, so you have to add the disease table here. So inner join disease is d on d dot id is equals to and pd dot disease id, and same is the case for symptoms and tests and prescriptions. So inner join symptoms sm on sm dot symptom id is equals to, here you can specify patient symptoms dot symptom id, and then you have to specify inner join tests t on t dot test id is equals to patient's test dot test id. Okay, so the tests will be picked up, the disease, the symptoms, now the medicine. So inner join medicine me on me dot it's me now, me dot medicine id is equals to patient's prescription dot medicine id. Okay, so now what else you have to write here is patient medicine me dot medicine name as medicine. Okay, and then you have to specify the type. So me dot medicine type is tiny integer. So what you can do, you can select it and then write case when type is equals to 0, then internal medicine, else external medicine, and then as you can write it like this, and here you can specify the type. Now medicines are now finished. Now disease, so d dot name as disease, and then t dot tests name, so tests, and then you have t dot specify the, after tests we have the disease, test, medicine, and then s dot se, what is the name of the symptoms table, that is, where is symptoms, sm, right? So here should be sm dot symptom name as symptoms. Okay, and then the column table name is pcu. So pcu dot it's displaying me the fees as fees. Okay, why pcu? Pcu is checkup. Where is that? Let me show you, let me pick up. Okay, patient checkup. So that's the good thing. Okay, so checkup, that means this is the fees, and then pcu dot remarks as remarks. So that's a huge query, and then after remarks, then you have pcu dot no, you don't need appointment id, remarks, and one more join you have to add here is symptoms, disease, test, and the one other one, that is inner join, and that is the patient checkup. So patient checkup and ppc, let's say ppc dot what you can see on pa dot appointment id is equals to ppc dot no, why it is coming again and again, checkup. So the table name is, I am adding the wrong name, so pulse yes, patient pulse, glucose, temperature. So here you can specify the appointment ID, okay, and it should be left join, so whether the things are there or not. So you can now add ppc dot pulse as, you can specify pulse, okay, and then ppc dot glucose as blood sugar, whatever you can write, and then ppc dot temperature as temperature, okay, and then everything is now fine, perfect. So let's now apply the where clause, and where pa dot appointment id is equals to, let us go to the appointments table first. So tables and patient appointment, where is that patient appointment? Here we have the patient appointment table. So right click and then edit. Right, so here's the appointment and the status is 1. So let us select this appointment ID, so copy and paste it here, and now let us select what is the result. So there is no result. Why? pa.id, yes, that's fine, everything is fine. Okay, let's select some other, that's 3. So let me write here 3 and let us see. Okay, no records. That means my joins are not correct. That means that if the data is not somewhere inside any table, then it will not display the data. So patient ID, appointment ID, okay. So what is the problem? Let me check. Let's zoom it out. That's appointment, left join, patient, and then patient appointment ID and appointment ID, and then okay, before this let us see whether the results are appearing or not. Execute. So yes, the records are there. So there are so many records, but you have to pick up with the appointment ID. So what you can do, you can write here pa dot id as appointment ID, and then now select this all at this particular stage. So you can see the appointment ID is there. So 10005 1000005, and let us execute this, and now you can see the data for that particular patient is now appearing, okay. We also have to check why the data was not there. So let me write here left join everywhere, maybe that is an issue. Left join and left join everywhere should be the left join. And now if I give here the ID 3, let us see whether the result is coming or not. Now it's fine. Look, that is the problem. Now the tests are not there. If I write here 2 and then execute, you can see the diseases and the tests are not there, and only one thing that is appearing. So that's all. My query is perfectly fine, alhamdulillah. And now what you can do, you can create the stored procedure for this. So create procedure st underscore get patient bill as, specify at the rate appointment ID, that is big integer, and then here you can specify the at the rate appointment ID, and then execute. Create procedure, create patient, get patient bill. Now what you have to do, we have to come here and go to the solution explorer and create a report. Right click, add, and new item, crystal reporting. A report name should be prescription report. So prescription report, and then you have to add it. Okay, now select your standard report and then click OK, and then that's my connection. So validate it. Right, CMS, DBO, procedures, and now what is the name of my procedure? it is get patient bill. So st underscore get patient bill, and then next, and then click OK, and then next. And now fields to display, I want to display everything. Next, I want it to group by with respect to type, internal and external, and I wanted to group by, remove this group by right now. We'll arrange this later on. Don't group by anywhere, don't filter, just finish it. Okay, so everything is perfectly displayed here. Now select all and then make them Segoe UI light, and the font size should be 9, and then the underline should be removed. It should be center aligned, and then vertical center should also be there, and then come here, and when you select here, when you give here 10005 and then click OK, you can get all the records. Now I will arrange these records. Okay, so but today I am going to stop this because the time is about to finish. I have other stuff as well. So that's all for today. Hope you have understood how can you bring that's basically the finalize window, the result of our checkup, and then it will be handed over to the customer. So I will design this report, no problem, in the later classes. So up till then, thank you so much, take care, Allah Hafiz.